Some footballers become famous. Some become legends. But only a handful become mythology. Diego Maradona became mythology. To millions of Argentinians, he was hope. To Naples, he was a savior. To football, he was genius. Born in Villa Fiorito, one of the poorest areas of Buenos Aires, Maradona grew up where opportunities were rare and dreams often felt impossible. Football became his escape, his language, his future. Even as a child, people knew they were seeing something different. The ball seemed attached to him. Defenders could not take it away. Crowds could not look away. By the age of 16, he was already playing professional football. And soon, Argentina fell in love. At Boca Juniors, he became a national hero. Not because he looked like a superstar, but because he looked like one of them. A boy from the streets carrying impossible dreams, and somehow making them real. But the world was waiting. A move to Europe followed. First came Barcelona. Yet injuries, illness, and controversy prevented him from fully conquering Spain. The football genius was obvious. The peace was not. Then came Naples. And everything changed. When Maradona joined Napoli in 1984, southern Italy was overlooked and mocked by the wealthy north. Napoli had never won a league title. Most expected nothing. Maradona expected everything. What happened next still feels impossible. He transformed Napoli from outsiders into champions. The city adored him. Murals appeared. Songs were written. Supporters treated him like a saint. Because for the first time, somebody had made them believe. What made Maradona different was not simply talent. Football has seen talented players before. What made Maradona different was responsibility. Wherever he went, people expected him to carry everything. At Napoli, he was expected to challenge the richest clubs in Italy. At Argentina, he was expected to carry a nation. And somehow, he often did. There are footballers who fit into great teams. Maradona became the team. Every attack seemed to begin with him. Every moment of hope seemed to pass through him. When supporters looked onto the pitch, they looked for one man. And that kind of pressure would crush most people. But for a while, Maradona seemed to thrive on it. Former Napoli teammate Ciro Ferrara once spoke about the belief Maradona gave to everyone around him. Not tactics. Not speeches. Belief. Because when Diego was on the pitch, impossible things suddenly felt possible. That belief transformed Naples. Before Maradona, Napoli dreamed. After Maradona, Napoli expected miracles. And somehow, he delivered them. The city had spent generations living in the shadow of the powerful clubs from northern Italy. Then came a young Argentine carrying the hopes of millions on his shoulders. For many supporters, he was more than a footballer. He became a symbol of defiance, a symbol of pride, a symbol of possibility. Even today, decades later, murals of Maradona cover Naples. Not because of statistics. Not because of trophies, but because of what he made people feel. Then came 1986. The tournament that turned greatness into immortality. The World Cup in Mexico. Argentina against England. 4 years after the Falklands War. The tension was enormous. And Maradona produced football's most famous match. First came the hand of God. A goal surrounded by controversy. Then came something entirely different. 4 minutes later, Maradona picked up the ball in his own half. He ran. Past one player. Then another. Then another. And another. The world watched in disbelief. When the ball hit the net, football history changed forever. The goal of the century. One match. One player. 2 moments. One controversial. One beautiful. Both unforgettable. And perhaps that was Maradona. Genius and chaos. Beauty and controversy. Good and bad. Impossible to separate. Argentina won the World Cup. Maradona carried them there. Not alongside greatness. He was the greatness. Former England striker Gary Lineker once described him as the greatest player I ever saw. And millions agreed. But greatness often comes with a price. As fame grew, so did the pressure. As adoration grew, so did the scrutiny. The same man who carried cities and countries also carried enormous personal struggles. Controversies followed. Suspensions followed. Mistakes followed. The football became complicated. But perhaps that is why Maradona remains such a powerful figure. Because he never felt perfect. He felt human. Flawed. Brilliant. Vulnerable. Across his career, Maradona scored more than 340 goals, won league titles in Argentina and Italy, lifted the World Cup, and transformed Napoli forever. Yet statistics alone cannot explain Diego Maradona. Because Maradona was emotion. He made supporters dream. He made them believe. He made football feel larger than life. Even today, murals still cover walls in Naples. Children still wear his shirt. Supporters still tell stories. Because legends are remembered. Myths are retold. And few footballers have ever felt more mythical than Diego Maradona. That is why Diego Maradona will always remain a true footballing icon. Not simply because he won. Not simply because he dazzled. But because he carried the hopes of millions and made the impossible feel possible. If you enjoyed this episode of True Footballing Icons, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe or follow so you never miss another legendary football story. What is your favorite memory of Diego Maradona? And is he the greatest of all time?